All right. Pound dollar outlook. There are no interest rate changes that I expect for the first half of this year. Again, Fed's not going to do anything. I think the UK economy is in worse shape than most of the economies. So the UK banks face loan exposure to Iceland and Greece. I also get a feeling that the UK banks haven't been required to disclose as much of the toxic stuff that they still have on their books. I think that the U.S. banks, because of a lot of the Sarbanes-Oxley disclosure requirements and a desire to really get ahead of things, they've exposed everything that they've had to expose, and maybe even some things they didn't have to expose. I still get the feeling that in the UK there may be a few other ticking time bombs that we haven't heard about yet, but that's just speculation on my part. Here again, the data is mixed on both sides of the Atlantic. The UK, they've had some good months, some bad months. I would say that their fundamentals are significantly behind us. I think they still have a big housing problem. They still have bank issues that they haven't dealt with. They still have unemployment issues. So I'm not very bullish on the pound itself. In the near term, once again, the charts are telling me that there's a range here. But overall, I think that we'll see the dollar strengthen, and this pair will go down over the 3-month haul at least. And let's take a look at the charts. Okay, so here we are with the weekly chart. Once again, the dollar was being sold all along for most of last year. That broke. It actually broke earlier than the end of the year. Came down a little bit and then started to come back up, but right at the end of the year the dollar strengthened as it did against many of the other pairs. It's been a little bit of a rebound here, but I think you can see from this chart, and this is a weekly chart, I try to look far out first and then zoom in. I think we still have a pretty well-defined range here, maybe even a little bit tighter range than on the Euro USD. We're getting to a midpoint of that range. We'll see. I mean, this week has obviously been good, but keep looking at this pair because I don't think that it justifies another run to the highs. And as long as we stay around this line here or under this downward sloping line, I'm going to continue to play this as a range. And if anything, I would be accumulating up here at resistance and looking for the short trade. If we break here, there's a lot of room for this pair to fall, and I don't think that it would take too much in the way of fundamental event to get us there. And so I'm bearish, even though this week looks pretty bullish. All right, let's go on to the USD yen.